Joe Rogan. Yeah, Joe Rogan stepping in to defend Jimmy Kimmel in one of the wildest free speech battles we've seen in years. So, here's the deal. Last week, Jimmy Kimmel's late-night show got yanked off the air by ABC after a ton of pressure from both the Trump administration and the FCC. Why? Because Kimmel made some pretty controversial comments about the killing of right-wing activist Charlie Kirk. And, well, let's just say it didn't go down smoothly with a lot of folks in power. FCC Chair Brendan Carr took it even further, basically threatening ABC and Disney, saying, take action on Kimmel, or there's going to be more work for the FCC.
Frankly, when you see stuff like this, I mean, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. These companies can find ways to change conduct and take action, frankly, on Kimmel, or, there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead.
That's pretty ominous, right? And it worked. Major station groups like Nexstar and Sinclair, which run tons of ABC affiliates, just pulled Kimmel's show completely. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Joe Rogan, yeah, that Joe Rogan, the podcast king, and a guy who's definitely not known as a lefty, jumped in and defended Kimmel. Rogan said straight up, the government should be in the business of dictating what a comedian can or can't say.
First of all, I definitely don't think that the government should be involved ever in dictating what a comedian can or cannot say in a monologue. That's fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
And he warned conservatives, if you're cheering this on, you're crazy. Because if it happens to Kimmel, it can happen to you next.
The problem is the companies, if they're being pressured by the government, so if that's real, and if people on the right are like, yeah, go get them. Oh my God, you're crazy. You're crazy for supporting this. Because this will be used on you. You don't think that the fucking globalist lizard people who run the world are sitting here going, great, what do we got, 3 years? We'll wait this out. We'll wait this out. Yeah. Let them say the government should be involved in censoring people's speech. Yeah. Let them support that. Let these fucking dumbasses.
That's the thing about free speech, right? You can't only protect it when you agree with what's being said. Once you open the door to censorship, it swings both ways. Rogan gets that, and honestly, it's a point a lot of people miss when they're caught up in political drama. Fast forward, Kimmel's show comes back after a week, and he walks out to a standing ovation. His opening monologue? Emotional. He made it clear. It was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way.
But he also doubled down on what matters. This show isn't important. What's important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
Journalists too, he's suing them, he's bullying them. Over the weekend, his foxy friend Pete Hegseth announced a new policy that requires journalists with Pentagon press credentials to sign a pledge promising not to report information that hasn't been explicitly authorized for release. That includes unclassified information. They want to pick and choose what the news is. I know that's not as interesting as muzzling a comedian, but it's so important to have a free press, and it is nuts that we aren't paying more attention to it.
And just when you thought it was over, President Trump jumped on Truth Social, slamming ABC for bringing Kimmel back and even hinting that the show could be some kind of illegal campaign contribution. It's wild out here, folks. But here's what I want you to take away. Free speech is messy. It's uncomfortable. Sometimes it means hearing things you really don't like. But if we let the government decide what jokes can be told, who can speak, or what stories get told on TV, we all lose. So, whether you love Kimmel, hate him, or honestly couldn't care less, think twice before you cheer for any kind of censorship. Because one day it could be your favorite voice on the chopping block. If you care about free speech, even when it's hard, smash that like button, drop a comment, and let's keep this conversation going. Catch you in the next one.